Motion 125.
Thank you, Chairman. Delegates, Irish Aid is the programme of assistance that Ireland provides from taxpayers' money to help the poorest of the poor and to help those who are most at risk throughout the world. And this motion is about retaining the point or achieving the 0.7% of GDP, which is the target by the United Nations and the European Union. We are at the present time at 0.5%. On Wednesday of last week, when the earthquake struck in Indonesia, my department was immediately on high alert. In such circumstances, what happened is the United Nations asks that the global community make a contribution. We go to our humanitarian aid depot in Malaysia and we dispatch goods and supplies to the area if there is a tsunami, and there was a tsunami threat on this occasion. Our Rapid Response Corps is put on high alert, where we have expertise like engineers and medical people who are ready to travel to the area of crisis and disaster. Our NGOs such as Trócaire, Concern and Goal, they would direct their specialised personnel to the scene. We'd begun immediately a programme through the NGOs of collecting money, and Ireland, of course, is the #1 country in the world per capita in providing contributions to emergency situations and disasters such as famine, earthquakes and tsunamis. But of course, the overseas development aid is not just about emergencies. It is essentially about dealing with endemic poverty, about hunger, malnutrition, illiteracy, infant mortality and climate change. And Ireland's 9 programme countries in Vietnam and Timor-Leste, in the 7 countries in the poorest areas of sub-Saharan Africa, these are the areas that Ireland is focused on at the present time. Everything we do is, at the core of it, is human rights. And everywhere we go, we make it quite clear that our activities are underpinned by human rights principles. We do that from street level to the highest governmental level, and we are respected throughout the world for that. Unfortunately, our ODA has been reduced in recent years by 30%. This government is the first government in the last 4 years that has stabilised that at 0.5%. We are trying to achieve the target that we have in the programme for government to reach the 0.7% by 2015. That still remains our target. We have very effective programmes in place. We are regarded by the OECD as the most effective aid programme throughout the world. We give the greatest contribution to our people, and we have the most effective programmes. I saw a programme in Malawi there a couple of weeks ago which had every element of sustainable development, where Ireland had supported the design of a stove which produced cooking at a fraction of the price, that it saved women from the drudgery of collecting firewood for hours on end, that gave a carbon credit through another Irish company which produced an income to those women as well. That's the way to go forward. Smart, effective programmes, and Ireland is at the cutting edge of those. I commend the motion.